Alright, first and foremost, I give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and who's worthy to be counted for double honors. And peace and salutations to you brothers out there pushing this truth wholeheartedly and sincerely and for love of the gospel. It's the brother Gabaria from the Indiana camp. Come back at you again with another sit down to basically talk about you drew first blood. Alright? So that's, the entitle basically is basically gonna go into how Esau they're the first, they drew first blood, man. Esau wants to get mad over us because they say, oh, Jacob stole the birthright and such. But really, once you go through history, it's really Esau. You were always envious of us, and you the one that started all this. You know how somebody start something and then they'll get mad at you because you wanna take back what's rightfully yours. All right, when Esau actually is literally mad at Jake because he wants to take his king, because he wants to take the world back, man. And just look at the way you're treating the world. It needs to be taken from you. You don't even know how to appreciate anything. The world was given. The world has certain ordinances to follow by, and you break every single one of them, man. And that's why the earth is not yielding to you. It's not. How can I say? It's not bringing forth as much as possible. Matter of fact, the earth, the scripture says, the world has gotten smaller and weaker through age, man. Because you're constantly messing with it. So I'm just going to get in a couple scriptures to show you, Esau, man. This is all your fault. All right. This is Genesis chapter 4, verse 8. It says, "And Cain talked." I'm gonna start from 4. It says, "And Abel, he also brought the firstling of his flock and the fat thereof, and the Lord had respect unto Abel, and to his offering, but unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. And the Lord said unto Cain, Why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen? If thou dost well, shall thou not be accepted? And if thou dost not well, sin lieth at the door. And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him." It says, "And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field, Cain arose against Abel and his brother and slew him." All right, that was that sin. The Lord says sin lieth at the door. And that was the sin of murder, man. All right, so basically Cain was the first person, was the first murderer, man, and he killed Abel. So and it says you were a murderer from the beginning. Let me get there. This is John 8. I'm gonna start from 40. I'm gonna start from 48, and it says, and Yahushua and Salaki. It says, I'm gonna start from 47. It says, "He that is Yahweh heareth Yahweh's words. Ye therefore hear not, because ye are not of Yahweh." See, you don't hear these words, and by the word hear, matter of fact, let's look up the word heareth. Or heareth is to, what it doing from, to hear, not death. Here you go. Oh, look at this one. It says to attend to consider what is or has been said, to understand, to perceive a sense what is, to hear something, to perceive by the ears what is announced in one's presence. All right, to learn. All right, so basically, once we hear it, you're gonna act accordingly. You just don't hear something and just completely do the opposite. It says what? To give ear to teaching or a teacher. All right, if the teacher teaches you A, B, C, E, F, G, 1 plus 2 equals 3, 3 plus 3 equals 6. You're not just gonna be like, okay, 3 plus 3 equals triangle. Triangle plus 4 equals rectangle. Rectangle plus X equals game controller. You're not just going to go around there saying that around the world, because nobody's going to understand you. You're going to constantly keep going on and on. It's going to, and then you're going to use the things that you were taught, and you're going to go out and teach other people. You're going to teach your kids, and you're going to teach. Hey, same thing with this Bible, man. A man should not pop another man's woman. Okay. That's an easy law to keep for some brothers. Hey, you shall not eat pork, no shellfish, anything that comes from the ocean with fins and scales on it. That's what you should eat. None of this abominable horse meat or fucking all this abominable shit. You shouldn't eat none of those. No pig, no duck and shit like that. And just so forth and so forth, man. But you people out there, especially Esau, man. Esau actually literally puts it in his law where you can eat that stuff, man. It's okay to eat that in Esau's way, man. All right. So as far as the Lord's laws, man, you don't even regard them as laws. Okay. It says what? It says, then answered the Jews and said unto him, say we not. Matter of fact, what? I think it was 44. Yeah, it was 44. I started at 48. I started all the way up. I actually passed the point. It's like it. So I'm gonna start from 42. It says, and how shall I say unto them, if Yahweh were your father, you would love him. All right, and we all know that love is an action word. So it says, for I perceived forth and came out of I came from Yahweh, neither came I of myself, but he sent me. It says, why do ye not understand my speech, even because ye cannot hear my words? And we already went to the word hear, the Lord's words. It says, ye are your father the devil. It says, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abide not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. He says what? When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and a father of it, man. And this is talking about who? This is talking about Esau, man. Now the Lord is talking to Israelites, but who is he referring them to? He's talking to the devil, man. Which is Esau, man, which is Edom. All right. It says he is the father of lie, and he was a murderer from the beginning, man. All right. So Esau, you was a murderer, you was a liar, because right after that, you lied to the Lord, man. Matter of fact, let me go back to that. Because right after that, let's read what you did right after that. It says, and the Lord came unto Cain. This is Genesis 4:9. It says, and the Lord came unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Lie. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. So basically, the Lord, and he just lied to the Lord, man. You literally just told the Lord, I don't know what happened to him. When you judge, they know you. The Lord know you just killed him. So you was a liar and you was a murderer, man. All right. Matter of fact, talks about you in Job, the 20th chapter. This is Job chapter 20, verse 12. It says, though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, though he spare it, or spare means what? Pity, have compassion on. Basically, sparing it is basically you saving it, holding it. That's why when you're pleading somebody, you tend to say a lot of words. What do they say? They say, well, spare me your words, or spare me your sorrowful words. Basically, I don't want to hear it. It says, though he spared, though he saves it, and he forsaketh not. So just because he doesn't say it, doesn't mean which means doesn't. So if Edomite never says nothing wicked all in that day, doesn't mean he doesn't have wicked thoughts. He doesn't think about the things he thinks about. Doesn't think about. He doesn't. Well, I didn't say nothing wicked today, but you spared it. Basically, you just withheld yourself from saying it. But I bet you didn't ever forget about it. You never forget about it. Matter of fact, you was just probably waiting, because the scripture said you the most subtle creature you was the most subtle creature in the garden, man. All right, which means you was the most crafty. All right. So you know how to run game. All right, you know how to say things when they need to be said. You know how to run. That's why you got above us, man. Because we trusted you, which we shouldn't have did. Because Scripture says never trust our enemy. And then you got above us, man, by your craftiness. All right. But I'm proving here right now, we're saying, you're basically love wickedness, man, and it lies in your mouth, and though you spare it, but you never forsake it, man. It says what? And forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth, man. All right. So basically, you was a liar and you was a murderer, man. You killed Abel, which Cain and Abel represents Esau and Jacob, and you tried to do the same thing when you came as Esau, man. You always tried to kill Abel because you was always jealous of that sacrifice, man. You even constantly kept killing us when we came back as Esau and Jacob, man. This is Amos chapter 1 verse 11. It says, "Thus said the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and the 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tarry perpetuously." It says, and he kept kept this wrath forever. See? So, you kept this wrath forever, man. You didn't have pity on Jacob, man. Even though you sold the birthright, man. It's always your fault, man. You sold that birthright to Jacob, man. Jacob didn't forcibly make you sell it to him. You asked for some of his pottage, uncooked pottage at that, and then he said, "Well, sell me your birthright." And you said, well, you even talk shit about the birthright, man, because you even said, he said, "I'm at the point of death. What does this birthright have to do with me? What the fuck does this birthright have to do with me? I'm hungrier now." So Jacob said, "Sell it to me." And you did the ordeal. You said, "Okay, I'll sell it to you," and you start eating. And then it was all after that. Just like the sacrifice, man. Abel sacrificed something righteous. You sacrificed something unrighteous. Lord accepted Abel's sacrifice. You got jealous and got butthurt and tried to kill Abel. Because of something that you did, man. This is Ezekiel chapter 35 verse 6. It says, "Therefore, as I liveth, saith the Lord, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee." It says, "Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out of him, and that returneth." All right. So the Lord is what? It says what? He shall make Mount Seir most desolate, man. All right. He said he's gonna cut off son and nephew, man. Which means what? Eventually Esau, that wicked seed is gonna be put up out of earth, man. Why? Because you're the beginning of sin, man. All right. You was a murderer. You was a liar. You deceived Eve. Even though it says through the woman we all die, but we gotta look what can I say? Who was Eve working with, man? Eve was working with the nigga woman. All right. Eve was a nigga woman. Eve was working with the serpent, man. Esau. So through both of them, we all die, man. Through them transpiring together, man, we're done for. Okay? So you have to be put off the earth. Once you're put off the earth, man, everything will go back in its natural state. Why? Because wickedness is not in rulership. And how we know you're in rulership? Job 9:24. This is Job chapter 9 verse 24. It says, "The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?" So hey, the earth is given unto you. You have this current world right now. And what's going on in this current world, man? This is Isaiah chapter 24 in verse 4. It says, "The earth mourneth and fadeth away, and the world languish and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the habitation thereof, because they have transgressed the law, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore, the habitations of the earth is burnt, and few men left. All right. So because of you having this earth, is because it's most desolate, man. All right, because you're just dwelling in wickedness, man. The things that proceed out of your mouth, your whole entire countenance, man. All right. Matter of fact, one more scripture, and I'm gonna end it at this. This is Micah chapter 2, verse 7. It says, O thou that art named of the house of Jacob, is the spirit of the Lord straightened? Are these his good? Hold on, this is not it. How's it worded? I forgot how it's worded. Basically, it's talking about Esau. Basically, the spirit in him is not upright. I want to. Look, the spirit upright. Here it is. It's Habakkuk. Okay. Count the water yard. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. I'm gonna start from 3. It says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yea, also because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell." It says, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathers unto him all nations, heaping unto him all people. All right. See, it says what? The soul which is in him is lifted up, and is not